Jay with the Guns Down Life Up podcast. Today I'm with my co-host
Isaac, and I'm with my co-host.
Marcus from Guns Down Life Up. How you doing?
and today we want to talk about should the death penalty be legalized in certain states.
I feel like the death penalty is it's a harsh one. 'Cause I feel like certain people who don't have a chance to plead their innocence gets put to rest without like no second guessing options.
For me, depending on where is it at, like it's hard to see somebody that you know that's doing life and watch them die for the crimes they did.
I feel like why justify a crime with another crime? Like it don't make no sense. Like, let's say the person killed somebody, why kill them? Like just let them do their time. It don't make sense to justify murder with murder.
I feel like for the justice system, it's like you're right.
It's 50-50. Like
Yeah.
he killed somebody, now he gotta pay for that consequence.
But you can't look at it like that, brother, man.
But in some cases,
Look, let me explain it to you. I agree with her. Feel me? Why would you kill somebody else after they kill somebody? Does that justify anything? What point are you getting out of it?
let's say Florida, for example. Florida does the death penalty, right? And how many cases, like, out of the 10 years, people got death penalties compared to people locked up for life?
But that makes a good point. Like the people in Florida, they get a death penalty, and it's like I could just change their whole life after that. It's
Sure.
like they think they're gonna go home after doing a nice big crime and get low, but
Oh.
realistically, when you get caught, you don't have to do the death penalty or life. And the death penalty hit worse than being in jail for life.
What do you guys think about juveniles being tried and treated as adults?
I mean, if the shoe fits, I guess wear it.
Depending on what crime you did. Like, if you got a crime, say, for example, anything that has to do with attempted
They're
murder,
gonna try you as an adult.
well, from there, yeah. Depending on your age, too.
Yeah.
Because you could be like 15, 16. They will wait a couple years until you turn that age to do what they got to do to give you a life sentence.
I feel like it depends on the age too, the age bracket. Like if you like 17, 18, then yeah, you should be tried as an adult, depending on what you did. But like 13, 14, tried as an adult. Like,
Nah, they're going to
You're
do
just a
house
kid.
arrest.
But they can't be 17 and 18 trial like an adult, depending on what they did. If you 17, 18 years old, you do a crime, you're gonna get charged like an adult.
no, but
Well,
it depends on the
technically,
crime.
17, you're still juvenile.
But,
So
but it's an example. It's an example. I'm just using what you said.
you did the crime, just do the time.
I feel like that should be the case in certain cases because every kid's situation is different. A lot of kids nowadays got emotional issues. So a lot of kids need
That's-
therapy, not to be locked up. If you really think about it, jail makes kids worse because it's like,
Nah,
They not-
dependent. Like, if they're juvenile, they're gonna have more experience than what they teach them outside. Because when you're in juvenile, they give you more opportunities compared to like going to school and stuff like that.
what opportunities do they give you?
School.
Like if you like, say for example, so when I got out of juvenile, they gave me trade school options for like if you dropped out of high school, you did that. They help you get a job. They help you basically build yourself up to not think
How is
that.
that different from the outside world?
It's basically like you get locked up, right? You go to juvenile detention, you get locked up. And why are they offering more resources to get help and help better yourself, try to provide for yourself, to get out there and do things.
And not a
Like,
lot
this
of
way-
people ask for help too.
Not a lot of people ask for help neither. So it's like, if like take for example, Guns Down Life Up is a program that offers us a way out of the streets, get our mind right, get a better mindset. You come through things like podcasts, music, like stuff like
Do
that.
your
Like,
boxing.
but that's the outside world, right? But it took somebody to come to me and come tell me about this program.
It should be where if a kid is standing in front of a judge and a judge looks at the kid's situation, the judge should be able to say, oh, hey, instead of doing this to make the situation worse, let's try to see what we can do to make the situation better. A lot of times the judges want to throw the book at the kids to just get the case out. They don't really care too much. Oh, this kid did that. All right, we can try them as an adult.
But they throw the book at everybody.
And what case, what the person did?
Murder.
Murder? All right, so what state we in? New York. If we put that as a regular, that's like what, 20, 30 years, right? A lot of people, they try to ask for parole. They don't get parole. They try to
Right.
transfer. They try to do all that.
Like
It never
this,
happened.
because we as humans too, we also make it worse for ourselves. Because when we get the chance to get our freedom back, like go on house arrest, you get an ankle monitor. What's the point of cutting it off? If
Taking
you're gonna,
advantage of the situation already.
yes, like already, like they gave you an arm, you walking out there with 2 legs. What's the point of it? If you can tell me what's the point of it and make a valid point, then I'll agree with you. But as of right now, it's not 50-50. It's not.
It is 50.
They give us an arm, we taking 2 legs. We cutting off a house arrest. Cutting off the ankle monitor. We going on house arrest. We're supposed to be back at 12
But that
o'clock.
don't
Supposed to be back
apply.
at 10 o'clock.
Not even
That
that,
don't
because there's
apply
some people
to
that go
every-
at 8.
All right, that's not the point. That don't apply to every kid.
But
What the point I'm making is that judges should at least try to see the kid situation and try to see how to make it better. That's the point that I'm making.
don't you think every judge gets documents of
What he did.
every caseload for every person they do? So even before they walk into a courtroom, they already went over it. Like say they already went over it. They already went over all the amendments, all the rules, what applies, what don't applies. They already went over it. So at the end of the day, it's for you as the person that did the crime to go in, best defend yourself. Because the judge don't gotta defend themselves. They're coming there to get paid, do their business, give you the time that you deserve, and to
Leave.
go and leave.
The only person that's helping you is you and
And
your
your
lawyer.
lawyer.
Other than that, is you on your own.
So like, and two, why you think they so harsh? Again, let's go back. Cutting off your ankle monitor, going on the run, doing this dumb stuff that you're not supposed to do. When they let you out, they give you a second shot at freedom. And we gonna turn around and stab them in the back and take the whole body.
But who's we? That don't apply for everybody.
you're
It's
right, it
just
don't
depending
apply
on
to
people's
everybody.
character.
But this been going on for a long time. A lot of things don't change. Rules may change sometimes, but not everything itself. So you still got to think about it. Think logically. Think about it. It don't have to apply to you, but it could apply to him or me or anybody. Think about it. Just think. How you think a judge feel when they have to come up there and sentence you?
Feel great, but they gotta do what they gotta do because they gotta get paid.
Like some of them are heartless. Some of them are actually feel type of way because like they would hate to have us send a kid to jail. To anybody to jail. Anybody's mother, anybody's father, anybody's brother, auntie, sister, cousin. That's tough. That's just the justice system. What can we do about it?
How do y'all feel about sex education being taught in schools?
Man, I think that
y'all think it should be taught?
I mean, me personally, I think sexual education should be taught in school, right?
That's true.
But sexual education should be taught because I feel like, especially through high school, like freshman to senior year, don't matter how long the course is, because I feel like having the education and the knowledge of knowing what you're doing, you're talking about like sexually with another partner, don't matter male or female, don't matter.
Knowing what you're doing with another human being.
Yeah.
Making sure nothing happens.
Like knowing what you could get from it, the causes, like how to take care of yourself, how to better prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still a life experience. for some
Diseases
people.
come and go.
I'm trying to tell you, it's important.
I feel like nowadays kids are like everything's over sexualized, especially in high school. Like boys, their hormones, girls, their hormones. Everybody just want to have sex, but they don't know what really come along with it. Like soul ties,
Babies.
babies.
Abortions, all that. Like,
And that's just trauma right there. That's like that's stuff you gotta live with. It's like you could forget it, but you still gotta live with it. You wanna have a kid in high school? You wanna have a kid in high school, you're not even gonna know what you're doing after school. You have to learn about it, sit down, you wanna laugh, joke, play. But then when everything all happens,
I'm gonna cry.
you wanna cry, you have nothing to do, you don't know where to go, you lost, you scared.
Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
2024 is a crazy century. Trying to
middle
tell you.
school.
Well, guys, that wraps up today's podcast.
That's the end of our show. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.